You're standing in the shower longer than you need to. The water's already cold, you feel it. But you don't get out, because the moment you do, it all starts again. This isn't work exhaustion, it's something else, deeper, like you've been carrying something heavy, not for a day, but for years. If you were born between 1976 and 1985, that feeling has a name. You're not quite Gen X, and you're definitely not a millennial. Neither side claims you. Neither side really understands the specific territory you occupy. You're a Xennial, and what's happening to you isn't a personality quirk. It's a direct result of exactly when you grew up. You grew up in a world where boredom was just normal. If you wanted to talk to a friend, you called their house. Someone else might answer. If your friend wasn't home, you tried again later. If you wanted to meet up, you made plans on Monday, showed up on Friday, and just hoped everyone would be there. No running late, no where are you. If you were bored, you just sat with it. You flipped through a magazine you'd already read, stared out the window, waited for it to pass. Boredom wasn't a problem that needed fixing. It was just time. And in those hours of slow, empty time, something was building in you. The ability to be alone without panicking. Patience. The ability to hold your attention on one thing without switching every 30 seconds. People pay for that in therapy now. You just have it. Because nobody rescued you from boredom. You lived inside it until it let go. Then everything changed, not gradually, fast. You were around 20 when the shift started. Email, then phones, then social media, then smartphones. In one decade, the entire structure of daily life you knew became obsolete. Being unreachable became irresponsible. Not having a social profile meant you basically didn't exist. The iPhone dropped in 2007. 3 years later, everything was available everywhere, always. You didn't grow up with this. You learned it as an adult, while building a career, figuring out relationships, becoming a fully formed person. And there was no opting out. You adapted or you fell behind. Nobody warned you what it would cost. It built two parallel operating systems inside you. The analog one, the one wired in childhood, expects a certain pace from the world, depth, weight to things. The digital one, the one you built as an adult, runs in constant stream mode. They compete with each other all the time. You never feel fully at home in either world, always a little between. That between stopped being temporary a long time ago. It became your permanent address. There's something almost nobody talks about. Before everything went digital, you remembered differently. You remembered where something was on a page because you remembered the weight of the book in your hands. You remembered phone numbers because your fingers remembered the rhythm on the dial. When everything moved behind a glass screen, that physical anchor disappeared. Now, booking a flight, texting a friend, and paying a bill all look the same. Tap, tap, tap. Your brain can't assign those things different weight. You grieve and scroll through recipes with the same movements. You process something huge and update a work file in the same mode. It's exhausting in a way that's genuinely hard to put into words. But there's another layer, the one that makes your exhaustion truly invisible. You became a bridge, not by choice, just because you're the only one who speaks both languages at the same time. Your parents live in a reality where things still work the way they used to, where you don't trust strangers online, where the cloud is somewhere out there, unclear. Your kids live in a reality fully filtered through algorithm, where a 15-second video is a normal format, not a limitation. You explain to your dad why he shouldn't click on the urgent bank message, and you explain to your kid why their follower count doesn't measure their worth. Same table, same evening. Then you walk to the kitchen and wash the dishes in silence. Translation is one of the most expensive things a human brain can do, and you do it every single day without noticing. Why you? Because you can. And when someone can, people ask, again and again. The reward for handling things is more things to handle. You remember birthdays. You know where the spare key is. You notice when the neighbor's dog hasn't been out. Not because you're controlling, because your brain physically cannot walk past an unsolved problem. It's like an itch, and you're already scratching before you've thought about it. You quietly became the glue, the thing that holds everything together. And somewhere inside, a fear settled in. If I stop, everything falls apart. That's not paranoia. That's just the cost of being the one holding on for too long. There's one more loss almost no one names, the safety of forgetting. You grew up in the last era where mistakes were undocumented. That embarrassing moment at a party, the awkward breakup, the weird phase in 7th grade, it only lives in the memory of the few people who were there. Memory is flexible. It softens, lets things go, lets you change. You could become a different version of yourself without dragging a searchable archive of your past behind you. Now, everything is permanent. The algorithm won't let you evolve. It categorizes you. You clicked on something once, and the system decided who you are, and it keeps feeding you that version. For a generation that spent 20 years in undocumented living change, that feels like a pin through a butterfly. But here's what's actually true. None of this is a list of your problems. It's a map of what you carry. Those are different things. You can sit in silence without panicking because you spent thousands of hours in boredom that didn't kill you. You don't take things online at face value because you remember when online and offline were two completely separate worlds. You know how to step away and come back because you know exactly what starts happening when you stay too long. You can hold your focus because nobody did it for you when you were young. You're not stuck between two generations. You're the only one who sees both clearly enough to understand what was gained and what was given up. That doesn't make you exceptional in some superior sense. It just means you carry more than most people around you notice. That silence isn't a malfunction for you. That boredom isn't emptiness. Those few minutes standing under cold water, that's not weakness. That's the only time all day when you just exist. No role, no task, just you.